Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Divine Truth Tarot, or if you're here for the first time, welcome. Have a look around. Guys, we're almost at 5,000 subscribers, so I just want to issue a big wave of gratitude to everyone who's subscribed and continues to support the channel and has gifted me with tarot decks over this past year, and just everyone who's just here supporting one another. So thank you guys so much. I could not obviously have done this without you. I'm very grateful for the support, and I can't believe that we're about to reach 5,000 subscribers. That blows my mind. Thank you so much. And I wanted to make a quick announcement that if you are looking for a reading, a personal reading, I'm offering twin flame readings, general readings, and my most favorite and most popular reading right now is the North Node reading. It was written in the stars. It is your destined path reading. Goes into great detail about your North Node and South Node, and it goes into detail about your karma from past lifetimes and how you can heal that, your gifts that you're bringing in from past lifetimes, as well as your absolute destined path, or your North Star, your true north. And those have been really popular and really fun for me to do. So if you're interested in that, I am booking into next week. I'm booked this week, so I do have spaces available next week. I'll be taking a limited number of people for next week for readings, and then I'm going on vacation the following week, so I won't be taking any readings that week. So if you are interested in a reading, please do let me know, and please do go ahead and reach out so that I can get you on the books, okay? All right, guys, let's dive in. So I actually started a video and didn't like it, and that's my perfectionistic Virgo North Node, and so I restarted it. But I had drawn these cards, and they did feel very accurate for the masculines today. So we're using the Moonology deck, we're using the Masculine Madness deck, and of course the Light Seers deck for today's reading. So I started off with the Masculine Madness deck, and as you can see, the masculines are still in this place of really just darkness and dark night of the soul. Under pressure, sinking into the depths of sadness. What's interesting about this is I woke up with a severe, massive sinus headache this morning, and that still hasn't gone away. And so if you are feeling sinus headaches or sinus pressure or congestion of any sort, then please understand that this very well could be your masculine feeling under pressure, okay? So we're feeling it in the sinuses, the eyes, behind the eyes, the temples, the nose, congestion, all of that fun stuff. So yes, so they are in this place of just feeling like life is just, there's so much pressure. And as I've stated before, I strongly feel that a lot of the masculines' karmic partners are leaving them, okay? Maybe they've found out about the feminine, or they just sense that there's another female in his heart or on his mind. So I do feel like things are falling apart in regards to those karmic situations, if that applies. If it doesn't, then no worries. Take what resonates. This is a general reading. But I do strongly feel like these masculines feel like they don't have anyone they can count on or rely on right now, because the masculines are feeling the loss of the feminine. But what's interesting is a lot of feminines have tried to reach out over the past few months and have basically gotten the cold shoulder from the masculine. So it's like the masculine has pushed the feminine away as much as the feminine has pushed the masculine away. And I think this needs to be done on a 5D energetic level or on a spiritual level in order for both counterparts to do the healing that needs to be done, that potentially cannot be done if you're together in any sort of union. Now, they're feeling your loss at night when they go to sleep at night. They're feeling the emptiness. And I don't know about you guys, but I've had 2 dreams of my masculine in the past 3 days. It's been intense. So it's kind of like the more you try to detach, the more signs and synchronicities and dreams you will have. The dreams have been interesting. I'll say that much. And they were both very different. But I'll just say this. I strongly feel like the message in the first dream that I had is indicative of the karmic partner having found out about the feminine, and I feel as though they're trying to hang on for dear life to the masculine. So the masculines are feeling sort of strangled. The masculines are feeling like they don't have any space to breathe. Okay, they don't have any room to breathe. They can't escape the karmic partner, and the karmic partner does a really good job of making them feel guilty for wanting to actually be happy. Or yeah, it's like, I remember my masculine saying to me, I can't be selfish. And I said, how is it being selfish by choosing to be happy and choosing to be truly loved? I don't understand how that's selfish. To me, that's selfless. That's you putting yourself first. That's not selfish. That's self-care. That's self-protection. That's self-love. But the masculines are so kind of caught up in this idea that society wants them to, expects them, demands that they act a certain way, and that they hold true to the vows that they made years ago and for many decades ago, and or that they have to be this outstanding citizen, and that they have to make X amount of dollars per year and live in this sort of house to have meaning in their life. And I truly feel like the masculines are starting to realize that, you know what, the only thing that really matters is the connection and the love that I felt for my feminine. And without that, I'm empty. Things are empty. I'm lonely. And, they have to go through this process where they feel like they've lost the feminine. And many will tell you, many masculines have stated, and you can look at the comments, and I receive emails every single day, that the masculines feel as though the feminine deserves better. They're saying this from a place of low self-esteem and low self-worth. Please know this is not how they truly feel. They're absolutely wanting to connect with the feminine, and they want you in their life, but they feel like they can't give you what you deserve. And so they're keeping their distance right now, many of them emotionally, and it may feel very, very quiet in the 3D. We have to remember, as I have to remind myself, that the 3D can be extremely confusing and it's distorted, and it does not accurately represent what's going on with the situations. So let's go ahead, guys, and pull some cards from the Moonology deck. Okay. Just so you can see that I'm pulling the cards here. So I know I haven't been on camera lately. I've been challenged with these energies, and sleep is challenging. And I have sinus issues going on. So I just don't feel like I want to be behind the camera right now. So when I'm feeling up to it, you'll see my face again, but just know that it's me and I'm here. Okay, so void of course moon, nothing will come of this situation. I know this sounds scary at first, but this is what I'm reading into it. I'm reading into this card that the way things were cannot be the way things continue. So nothing will come of the situation means that we have to let go of the way things were in order to invite in a new cycle, a new pattern with your counterpart, new thought patterns, all of these things, new belief systems need to be entered into this equation. And I think that really this is the divine saying, feminine, you need to release and let go of what you expected your life to be. Because for many of us, we didn't expect to be pining after someone, in this sort of situation. Maybe we expected to be married or have kids, or we expected to, by X amount of years in my life, I'm going to have accomplished this. And I think for many feminines, you're realizing maybe my purpose is different than what I thought. That's why I've offered the North Node readings, because it gives you such a clear representation, a clear picture of really what your mission is in this lifetime, your soul mission, your soul purpose. And it gives you this accurate picture, this depiction of the great unknown, which is your North Node. Its South Node is easy. That's our comfort zone. We've spent lifetimes in the South Node energies, and now we're asked to really take that leap of faith and be the fool and step into the North Node energy. And I feel like this is what Spirit is saying here is, feminine, understand that if you stay in this energy, nothing will come of the situation. You have to go, you have to release your masculine. And even those of you in contact, make sure that you're not attaching to outcomes. Make sure that you're not attaching to things being a certain way, because the truth is is that both counterparts are showing up in a new way to each other. We're not the same people that we were when we met. We're not even the same people that we were at the beginning of the year or at the end of last year when many people separated. We've changed, and we needed to change, and things are going to look very different. And I think a lot of counterparts, a lot of feminines might be going, am I even going to be attracted to my masculine? Am I even going to want to be in a relationship with them? And I think that that's understandable. So we just need to step back and continue to focus on us at this time. Well, that's a really positive card. So I wanted to get some clarification for this card, and I wanted to pull from the Light Seers deck. So we have the Six of Swords. This is sort of feeling like, yeah, these energies go hand in hand. I feel like what Spirit is saying now is this could actually be the masculine feeling like nothing's going to come from the situation, and they're feeling very deflated. So feminine, if you're picking up on that energy, as I know I am for my counterpart, they've basically convinced themselves that it's never going to work. There's too many obstacles in the way. I don't know how to get out of my current situation. They deserve better. I'm just going to let them go. And yet they can't get you off of their mind or out of their mind. So it doesn't matter how much time passes or how much they try to forget you. It doesn't matter, because ultimately they're sort of out on the rough seas without the feminine. The masculine's out here like, somebody help me. And help is on the way, but they can't see it. It's like they can't see the forest through the trees. And, they've got their luggage. They know that they have baggage. And that's one of the reasons they're sort of like, I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of baggage, and I don't know if you'll accept me the way that I am. And I don't know if I can ever give you what you deserve. And so I really feel like this is the masculine feeling quite sorry for themselves at this time, quite sorrowful, right? I'm drowning in my despair for you. So they're feeling in despair. They're feeling sorrowful. And they're really, these are both cards. These are all cards on water. So there's a lot of emotional energy. I'm feeling Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy, and just that energy of just the depths of the emotions. What they can't see, what the blind spot is, the blind spot for the masculines is a Ten of Pentacles. This is the happy, healthy home life. This is having it all. The King of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles have quite easily become my two favorite cards in the deck. I used to love the Cups cards, and now I realize that's great, but the emotions are one thing, but you want to bring this down into the 3D and stabilize it. So what the masculines can't see is that after the storm passes, even before the storm passes, that this is always a possibility, that the Ten of Pentacles exists for the masculines in this connection. Spirit, what else do you want to share with the counterparts today? What do you need to release? So feminine, when you release, this is going to help the masculine see things differently and see things from a different perspective. I feel like the masculine's in this mindset because many of the feminines are feeling in despair also, and many of the feminines have expressed to me that I've given up and I'm going this direction, and I can't trust this anymore, and I've waited long enough, and I've done all my healing, and where is he or where is she? And the answer to that is that it's so frustrating. It comes down to divine alignment. Oftentimes I think we think we're healed and we think we're ready, but ask yourself this: if they were to show up at my doorstep, would I truly be ready to accept them into my life right now? And for most of us, the answer is, I'm not ready. I've got things to iron out. I've got things to work on. Now, this is a message specifically for some of you. Be bold and make the first move. I do not feel like this is a message for everyone. This is a message for a specific group of feminines. Be bold and make the first move. You're going to know if that's you or not because this will immediately resonate. If it doesn't, don't make it fit, okay? Don't make it fit. That doesn't mean, guys, please, I can see some of you, I'm going to rush out and contact them. Be mindful that right now, because of the energy of the masculine is in, you're likely to get some form of rejection if you just go out and rush out and, just want to express everything to them. Be very mindful of that. And unless you can reach out just from a place of unconditional love with zero expectations, knowing that you may or may not get a response and that you likely will not get the response that you're hoping for at this present time, maybe hold back on that, okay? So this card wanted to be seen and heard as well. The energy is gaining momentum. So this is interesting because we have the waning moon and the waxing moon. So it's all about when you release something, you will start to gain momentum in the direction of your dreams and in the direction of that you want this connection to go. I think what many feminines are failing to realize is because things are cloudy right now. Things are very confusing. Things are not what they seem. And I myself have struggled with this, guys. Don't think that I'm immune to this just because I'm a reader. We go through everything that you go through. I think that many feminines haven't yet realized that there's a reason for the separation and that we really need to look at this from a different perspective. Now, this is very interesting to get these two cards to come out together like this. We have Justice and the Ten of Cups, right? So the Justice card indicating this has come out so often in personal readings and group readings over the past 3 months, and really since quarantine started, 4 months, I don't even know, I've lost track of time. But this is the card of the scales balancing, Libra energy. So understand, feminines, that what we can't see behind the scenes, there are things being balanced. And you see there's a mirror here, there's a reflection. Your twin is a reflection of you. So as you balance out the scales in your own personal life, your twin will reflect that in the 3D physical world. Everything really comes back to us. And I think it's frustrating because it's so easy to just sort of pin everything on your counterpart and say, well, they're not coming forward, there's no movement. But this is very, very clearly saying to me, okay, feminine, the divine says you want this Ten of Cups, you want this Ten of Pentacles. I mean, two beautiful cards together. It's coming, it's on the way. And I know many of you are sort of in this place of lack of faith and lack of being able to see any progress or movement in the 3D. And what I can say to that is, where does justice need to be served in your life? Do you need to make amends with somebody? Do you need to release something or somebody? Okay. Where do you need to make amends with yourself? Where do you need to forgive yourself? Forgiveness is coming in. Redemption is coming in. Where do you need to forgive yourself to bring in justice into your own life? Think in terms of you and your life. Your twin is just you. So we think externally and then we lose all the power. Our personal power is gained when we truly look within and reflect. Ten of Cups. I mean, this is like the emotional counterpart to the Ten of Pentacles. This is having it all. And this is just, the happy, healthy family, abundance, just having everything, planting the seeds and having them grow beautifully. And then the Ten of Cups, representing this sort of energy of just everything working out and feeling this strong bond and connection with your counterpart, okay, with somebody, hearts opening and souls connecting and putting it all together. I mean, these two cards together, very benevolent energies, very positive energies, very high vibrational energies. So let's find out then, Spirit, what's holding the counterparts back from achieving the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups? What's holding the feminine back? What's holding the feminine back? Because both counterparts are feeling held back right now. So what's holding the feminine back? What's holding the feminine back? The Hanged Man. So this is about opening your heart and vulnerability in this deck. This is about having faith and trusting. You see how she's got one hand on her leg. She's not even holding on to the thing which is holding her body in. She's got one hand sort of in, I don't know if this is water or earth, doesn't really matter. But what matters is she's letting go. She's surrendering to the process. So this is what's holding the connection back, or your connection back from achieving this happy ending, is the feminine's got to let go. The feminine's got to release. And I think a lot of times, feminine, we think we've released. And if we're being honest, we realize I haven't actually released at all. So I think I have, but I really haven't. So this is about surrendering to the cosmos, or surrendering to God, or surrendering to your higher power, your higher self. And this is about, again, letting go of control and really gaining that alignment with your heart and your purpose. Going, diving into the inner world. So what else is holding the feminine back? 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 The King of Swords. All right, feminine. So what's holding the feminine back is that there are expectations. There are expectations. That's the first thing that came to mind. And if your counterpart is acting cold and sort of distant, this is because there's a part of you, even if you're not in your 3D environment, right, or 3D actions, but there's a part of you that is also holding back. There's a part of you that doesn't fully trust in the union. There's a part of you that hasn't opened your heart. And when you have these two cards together, I feel like this is saying you need to transform from this energy to this. This is about being all up in your head and not being in your heart. So you're being asked to drop from your head space into your heart, because this man is cutting through things with a sword. He thinks that, logical, analytical, left brain, thinking that I can reason through everything. We can't reason through the twin flame journey. You just can't. And I think that that's really just the feminine's trying to I'm trying to make sense of all this, and the divine's but it doesn't make sense. So it's not supposed to make sense right now either. It's really not. We're not supposed to know. We're not supposed to have the answers. So what's holding the masculine back? King of Wands. Interesting. So feminine's in the King of Swords energy. Masculine's in the King of Wands energy. Now that's a passionate energy. It's a very fast moving energy. So what's holding the masculine back? Let me sit with this for a minute. It's holding the masculine back. Well, I feel like it could just be work again. There's a concern, and I know I've said this before, I feel like a broken record sometimes, but there's a concern with money. There's a concern with resources. You see how he's standing alone? There's a lion there, so he is embodying strength. He's learning to embody strength. I feel like he's learning to stand on his own 2 feet. That's what Spirit's just telling me. He's learning to stand on his own 2 feet. He's learning that he is a leader in his own right. And, he has to go through this transformation. What else is holding the masculine back? What else is holding the masculine back?